Hey, today we're going to be talking about 4 or 5 winter theories that I believe could totally happen. I say 4 or 5 because two of them could happen together, or one might happen and one might not, but we'll get there. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. The first one I want to talk about is Euron Greyjoy supposedly summoning Krakens. I mean, if anyone's going to summon Krakens, it's going to be Euron Greyjoy. This guy is mysterious. He is a bit of a riddle, isn't he? He has strange artifacts, supposedly been to places, has done really messed up things, and he has prisoners that he is, looking forward to sacrificing, including his brother and several different types of priests. If there is blood magic in this world, he's doing something. He is doing something. Now, we don't know that krakens necessarily exist within this world. It's a mythical creature, basically. If you don't know what a kraken is, they look like this, like a giant octopus squid thing that will just reach its tentacles up and destroy your ship. An entire fleet. The people that will go in the water, oh my gosh, I would hate to be them. So Euron is basically stationing himself off of the coast of Old Town for the Winds of Winter. I would see Old Town sending out a fleet to meet him in the water off the coast before he gets to land and is able to raid and do God knows what else. So we are likely to see a battle on the sea as well. I mean, whether we see it or not, I don't know. But I think that's going to happen. Euron is preparing to make a blood sacrifice. Whether or not a lot of blood in the water attracts krakens, we don't really know. We haven't personally seen them in the story, I guess. But if it's going to attract anything, and if they exist, they're going to be in slightly deeper waters off of the coast. Yeah, yeah. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be that guy, isn't it? Also, if krakens don't exist, at the very least, I mean, it's kind of like warm waters being off the south coast of Africa or something. There's a lot of sharks. This, I feel bad for the sailors if they battle. Oh dear. A lot of blood in the water. Red Seas. That's probably going to be what greets Euron as he stands on the shores of Old Town. Oh dear. The next one I want to go into is John not having any more POVs. If I mean, he's dead as far as we know. So if he is resurrected, which, yeah, that's pretty much going to happen, isn't it? Then, like Caitlin, who is now Lady Stoneheart, I don't think he is going to have any more POVs. We don't get any more from her. We've had a POV from Melisandre at the Wall. So we have someone's perspective who is there. It would be interesting to read not of John's perspective, but of Mel's perspective for John's storyline continuing. However, I really do bloody hope that before he gets resurrected, or even during, after, his afterlife, that we get POVs in, like, from Ghost, maybe? Like, from John, but when he's in Ghost and not in his reanimated body using R'hllor, because I assume that's what they're going to use to resurrect him, as per the show, but also it makes sense. Unless he's coming back as a white, like an ice white, not a fire white. Anyway, yeah, I don't think that he is going to have John POV chapters anymore. What do you think? Another theory I want to talk about is Sansa seducing Littlefinger in order to trick him. She is learning how to seduce people, as her sample chapters, exhibit with Harry the Heir. Littlefinger, I mean, he includes Sansa in on his plans, but not everything. Like, it's kind of stuff that's only, incriminating her or has incriminated her in the past. So he's not really showing his whole hand of cards. He's just showing her one or two cards that he wants to show her. He hasn't really let his guard down, has he? I mean, in terms of Sansa's storyline, I think the thing with Harry the Heir is, well, I don't know. Will she get kidnapped? But then will she get rescued? Will she end up back with Littlefinger? Before all of this happens, will she seduce him? Will that happen afterwards? I don't know, but I could totally see it happening. Um, Really, it's probably the only way to get Littlefinger to put his guard down. And he hasn't done that with anyone, truly, not even Liza. So, yeah, I think we're at least going to see her try. The fourth and fifth theories that I want to get into is John Connington and his grayscale. So the first one being that he will spread that grayscale and it will be like a pandemic in not potentially the whole of Westeros, but Ston's End maybe, or King's Landing. I think King's Landing once Aegon has taken the city. I definitely think that's going to happen. At the very least, he is going to spread it to other people. That is the fourth theory. The fourth and fifth, or the fifth theory, which could happen separate, maybe he doesn't spread it, but is that his grayscale, should he maybe keep it to himself, is going to drive him a little bit loopy. I mean, we see from Tyrion's experience with the Stone Men that it drives them quite wild. John Connington is trying to keep his shit together for the sake of Aegon, but he's infected. And yeah, he's also got the history with the bells and um, surrendering of the city and failing Rhaegar. So if the bells toll in King's Landing of surrender, he might not necessarily take that as the good sign. Kind of like Dany in season 8 of Game of Thrones, where you see the churches ringing their bells, they're surrendering, but she still goes for it. Maybe John Connington will give a command to attack that he shouldn't. Yeah, who knows? What do you think? I, I think, yeah, poor dude. I see it going quite downhill for him. So, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And all the links will be in the description below for Instagram, Twitter, Patreon. And I'll see you next time. Cheerio.